Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is my special guest today, SunPsychic Jean. One of
Hi,
my favorite.
everybody.
Yeah, you're definitely a favorite of the channel, Jean. And
Oh,
and you don't like to play favorites, but you have that energy when you come in that lifts everybody's vibration, and then everybody in chat comes in and they lift the vibration, and it's just a community event. So, really, really impressive. I want to say hi to a few people here. Viviani's here. Linda Kennedy. Hello, beautiful. We're so glad to see you, and I'm so glad you're part of the tribe. Cindy and Encinitas. Cindy, that's Encinitas, California, right? One of my favorite all time places, and the Paramahansa Yogananda gardens there are to die for, um, in many lifetimes. So, Liz and Awe, hello. I hope you're feeling okay. I see that you're not feeling as great today, and we send you lots and lots of love. Hi, Fogo Pogo. Callie, how are you? And Paul Freed is here. Okay, Paul, I'm going to star you, and we will be taking personal questions, and then we're going to talk about what we were talking about backstage, which was really cool, or in the studio, whatever you want to call it. Hi, Liz. How are you? And CJ is here. Hey, CJ. Hypnicity. So good to see everybody. And Craig's here with Clara. Yay, Craig. So nice to see you. Jessica Lynn. Hello, beautiful. RB, Lark, and Amanda. Oh, we got it. Okay. If I missed anybody, sorry about that. Um, oh, I got you starred there, Fogo, or Callie. So we were talking about last night. So last night, Jean put on this beautiful event, Spur of the Moment. And if you didn't see it, I would suggest you go back and see it. It was really lovely. And just talking about allowing everybody to come on, all these readers, and some of the readers had just started channels, and some have been on for a long time, and it's like it was so nice because it gave everybody a chance to talk about what spirit really, for me, it was what spirituality meant to me, and what we were doing while we were here. But it was phenomenal, and it was so interesting to hear everybody's different take on it and everybody's different modality that they're working with.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was actually the night before last, but it seems like it was last night. It's still lingering. The echoes of it is definitely still lingering. But yeah, for yesterday was the holiday, and I it was spur of the moment, and I was really really amazed and just really honored that so many people came and wanted to share what their thoughts were about, you know, the ascension, human evolution, your soul's vibration, frequency, and you know. And discussing psychic and mediumship energies, just discussing this, and the people who are just learning new techniques and coming out of classes and starting their new channels, and how they felt, and what tarot meant to people. It just, all of this together, it was really beautiful. It was a long collaboration. I think that's the longest live I ever did.
How,
And
what was it, 2 hours?
a little over 2.5 hours, but I had done two other shows earlier, so it was a lot of time.
Oh, yeah, that is a long day, isn't it? Sure, Courtney. Yeah, just put it in all caps if you don't mind. We're taking questions too. Um, well, it's interesting because I feel like so many of us are remembering. Like it kind of doesn't matter in some respects if you've been doing it for 30 years or if you're just getting initiated into spirit, and what you want to do with it, like your own individual pursuit, what brings you joy and wonder. And and people are doing all sorts of different things, aren't they?
Yes, light
Yeah.
language, art, scribing, sound healing, um, tarot cards, oracle cards, mediumship, psychic. Akashic records. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing half the modalities. It's just amazing. And yeah, other esoteric practices and just belief systems. And, like Allie did her dreams. I want to remember my dreams. I want to be good at dissecting dreams, but I feel like you guys when you're like, I can't. When I try and be psychic, I don't get anything. When I try and do the dreams, I'm like, just I don't. I have a hard time with it. So it's every way that we can get in touch with who we truly are, that the vibration of our own soul and the information that comes from the universe about humanity, and all of these things are grasping and asking the universe for these answers. And I forgot one, pendulum. It's one of my favorites for sure. I
Oh,
mean, and then aromatherapy. I mean, there's everything. It's flower essences. I mean, I'll be just saying them all throughout the show.
yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. It is interesting. And people are devising their own cards, their own ways of doing things. Um, and that's really interesting. Like Nancy Jean came up with the garden, and those were her guides coming in to tell her that. Um, a lot of people read cards in a different way. Some people do the tarot and some people do oracles. And people are making their own cards too, like Diana, oil painter, and anyway, it's interesting. It's really, I love it. And I love to see everybody doing things. Susan, did you say
Reiki.
Reiki?
I
Yeah.
did. That was one. Yeah. I mean, that is one. Yes. Reiki is the same way.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I love the way that the deck creators come up with a different way of portraying the tarot. Mark, the spirit whisperer, has a red panda, and that deck is just so cute. And Allie has it, and it's like, and it's so meaningful. And he's like, do you see the way they're holding the cups, and you can see the expression on these little red pandas, and it's brilliant the way these deck creators come through with this information. And it's all spirit led, and it's all because we all learn differently, we all intake differently, we all have different receptors, that it's needed for all different types of people and all different levels of vibration to go out there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. Um, and like, I think for a while there, and maybe it was my interpretation of it, that there was a bit of snobbery in spirituality, that, oh, well, I've studied with so and so is my yogi, or, I've been doing cards for this long, or reading the Akashic records for so long. And now it's like everybody's just jumping on board, and everybody's jumping with everybody else. It doesn't matter. And it's welcoming. It's very welcoming. And one thing I realized, I think when I started studying with Deepak and going to his retreats, because it was like I thought I was really intimidated, and I'd seen him speak like 4 or 5 times, and then the first time I went to a, a retreat with him, I was cracking up half the time. I was just like in stitches with the way the teachers were, and they did not take themselves seriously. They were very in tune with spirit, but that was joyful. And I think that's what I'm getting out of this group that was
Mm-hmm.
there. And I keep saying last night because I had a time shift. So,
The other
and
night.
yeah, the other night. Yeah. 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 It was really fun, Liz. What was the name of it? Was it called just Memorial Day or
Community gathering, yeah. I'll
Community
look for
Gathering?
you.
That was the name
Yeah.
of it. Liz wanted to know because she wants to go see it. It's on Jean's channel.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Okay.
Memorial Day share community gathering. Yeah, Memorial Day is the first word of it.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, hypnicity. You had a memory this weekend from being 3 years old, very healing. You watched your dad crying during JFK's funeral and thought I was the cause of the tears. It was a huge revelation for me.
Wow.
Hypnosis, I'm so glad you brought that up because I feel like the energy that's coming in right now, we have us on ups and downs, and everybody said, buckle up, kids. The energy is going to get crazy and we're going to kind of ride it like a roller coaster and also surf it. But, um, but that's huge because a lot of times we don't take it back far enough. Like we'll feel fear or we'll feel pain and we'll take it to last week or maybe 10 years ago, but taking it back to being 3 years old, that's so healing. It's amazing. So, yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really think oh, I love that, Susan. Yes, we are getting rid of a lot of our ego.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like ego is a huge part of the veil, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
If not,
Conditioning.
yeah, conditioned mind. Yeah, limited belief system. And, society tells us to do this. Our parents tell us to do that because their parents told them, not because they were trying to be mean. And they were conditioned by society as well. And what happened to them in their lifetime. So all that generational stuff, and we are just letting it go. I love your name, Heavenly Blessed Honey. Oh, this is Sonia. Do you
Yeah.
know Sonia? Yeah.
Thank goodness she kept her picture, or else I wouldn't know.
Right? And every time I see
Yeah.
it, I'm like, "Oh my god, I love that name," and it's you, Sonia. I just love it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So we are getting rid of stuff. Um, aw, Amanda, when you, hear certain songs on the radio, it reminds you of your deceased mom and makes you cry. It is healing. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
her saying hello. That's her sending you a little text message,
yeah.
that I'm thinking of you. Mhm.
Yeah, giving you a hug. You might also, Amanda, go into like, where do you feel that? Do you feel a warmth in the back, in the small of your back, or on your chin, or something? Because I know my mom was really involved in metaphysics, and one of her best friends was is a psychic, and she told me, she said, your mom told me after she died, she said, your mom told me that she's going to kind of give you a hug in the small of your back. And when you feel that, it's your mom. And
Oh,
that made a huge difference. That was like, oh my God, thank you. So,
yeah. This has been around for many years, but it is probably going to be coming back for all of the healing modalities to incorporate. I think it's called somatic, and it's because our bodies are our antennas, and our spirit guides, angels, ancestors all speak to us through our bodies, not only through our clairs, but if you have like a gut instinct through or if you feel like there's a push on your back, or if you feel like there's an insistence, or if you feel there's an urgency, or these feelings are messages from the spirit realm and the other realms and the higher realms for us to be guided through. Now if your big toe hurts, I'm not really sure, but there's this.
you want to kick somebody. Yeah. You believe you felt her stroke your hair, Amanda.
Oh,
How peaceful. That sounds beautiful. I love what Lark is saying. Observe the chaos, acknowledge it, let it go. Do not dwell on it. Give it zero energy.
wow.
Yeah, that witnessing awareness, right?
Great advice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I too felt somebody playing with the top of my head last night, and I thought, what is that? I'm like, is my hair flying around? And it just feels like somebody's like, you can feel something. And
yeah,
that's how subtle that spirit can be. And
yeah,
sometimes you feel a little breeze on your cheek. Sometimes you hear a pitch in your ear. Sometimes you see a little flash of light in the corner of your eye, or something dart. Yeah.
yeah. Um, Definitely. And that somatic work. So I've been lucky enough to have several somatic therapists, and they will have me do the talk therapy, and then I go down and I lay down on my bed, because it's all, this started during the pandemic, and elevate my knees, and then you shake it out and shake out all that stuff that you got out of your body. So sometimes when you're meditating, especially in silent meditation, you might feel your arm go whack And that's energy being released. That's huge because I don't think we give enough notice of that sometimes. That not only are we releasing spiritually and emotionally, but the body has to release too, that energy. Yeah, that it's stuck there. In particular, what's it called? Not geomagnetics. What is it called? Not geothermal. I know that. Anyway, your gene pool, your genetics. So we're releasing like what happened to our great grandmothers, what happened 1,000 years ago when perhaps when their village was raided by Vikings, who knows? And maybe it was one of my forefathers,
We're
Vikings.
experiencing the evolution of humanity, and
Yeah,
it's just so it's the energy, the frequency, the light body, the all your auric field and all your chakras. And I've been guided back to my chakras and working my chakras and referring back to the chakras and working with them, because that's really important for us to hold our own frequency and our own stability within our energy. And we're going to refer to ourselves more and more as our energy and not our body. Like, my energy is sluggish, instead of saying my body. And just think how we can incorporate that. And that's coming along with this spiritual downloads and the light code downloads and the frequency downloads. All of this is going to be shifting us, and it's so exciting, you guys. I can hardly believe it myself, but if I haven't seen, heard, felt, and know these things are happening to me, I know that it's happening to all of you as well.
yeah, yeah. Jonathan, aloha. You've been feeling all 12 chakras lately, right? And we also are awakening another sense, and that's knowing and intuition, because that is another sense. And it's really important that when we work with our senses, smell, taste, hearing, because it's all energy. And the more you work with your senses like that and get in tune with that, and that's body awareness too, the more your intuition accelerates, and that knowing is a part of that fifth dimension. So, and a lot of these kids now are born knowing, aren't they?
Yeah. Yep. They're coming in with it.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Hmm.
already have it. Yeah. The knowing. Yeah. Ness says, with all the energy shifts, I've been grounding a lot, hiking every other day, running. I need to know, I know, I know I need to ground. Otherwise it will feel too much.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Gaia is a huge part of assisting us in this ascension process, for sure. And she's here to support and heal and help to us to create. It's just amazing.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah. There's so many ways for everybody to recharge, but it's important that you acknowledge that how important you are and that you're cherished. And I think that's the other thing, the story that we tell ourselves. It's always a story. And that's part of the third dimension and ego. What's our story today? And if your story is every day when you wake up, you tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I am cherished, I am loved, I am divine. Um, it changes your energy. There was a study, this guy went around the world, and he took pictures of people, and he'd ask all over the world, and he'd ask people for permission. May I take your picture? And they'd say, if they said yes, he'd take the picture. And then he said, you're beautiful. And then he'd take the picture again. And the change in their energy was
Wow.
just, yeah, I get shivers on that. Um,
And that's all it takes. Just
yeah,
as subtle as that to change energy.
yeah, yeah. Just acknowledging how beautiful you are. Lori, so true, true support. I begin my day speaking with my spirit team, family, and ancestors. I cherish knowing they're always with me. Wow. Amazing. And I like what Ness says about losing weight. You realized a month ago this isn't about weight loss. Grounding is the only way I will get through these energy shifts without feeling too uncertain. Yeah. Whoa, Amanda. That's a ninja move. I will imagine a waterfall falling from the sky as the energy enters into my head and allows downloads to come through. That,
Brilliant. That's wonderful.
yeah, I love that, Amanda. You're um, I see you teaching that. I think that's beautiful. Okay, well, we can get started on doing some questions if you guys want. Because um, Jean is one of the amazing readers on YouTube, and not just intuition, but mediumship as well. And I love reading with you because it raises what I do. So, Paul Freed, hello, Jean and Terry. Any message from my mom are from my spirit guide for the first time. Love the show from PA. PA.
And I just wanted to, I think he's in Pennsylvania, but I just wanted to shout out to Illumination Portal. Valerie is here. Thanks for being here. So nice to see you. And everybody, I see everybody, all the familiar faces. It's so loving and supportive, and it really does feel really good to see everybody. And
Yeah.
I know that you guys, hopefully, yeah, feel the same when you see each other. It's like, oh, the gang's all here, no matter which gang it is, this gang, that gang. But it's fun to commune together. And I'm feeling, the depth and the importance and the energy that carries as well.
Yeah. Let me go back to that question with Paul. Sorry. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're getting a really big group in. So we really appreciate everybody being here. And thank you to all the moderators, too. Um, so, okay. Paul Freed, any message from your mom or your spirit guide? Paul, what's your mom's name? If you can put that in the comments. Do you need to know, like, when she passed?
No.
Years? Okay. Yeah.
No, but if you do, I mean, that's fine. I mean, it
I'm
does help.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, if it's over 10 years, it's good to know. Um, let's see. Paul.
I love the way you deciphered spirit guide.
Okay. Major learning disabilities in this lifetime. Oh, Barbara, and 4 years ago. Thanks. She's really showing herself to me as being quite young now, Paul. You were not there when she passed on. Yeah. And she's okay with that because she doesn't necessarily like the way that things looked, is what she's telling me. Not just physically, but I don't know if she was had some problems with dementia. But she's showing herself quite young looking, and in fact, she's showing her lipstick. So she's like, Paul, I'm wearing my lipstick now. I've got myself all fixed up. Um, she's she wants you to know that that sometimes when she was in and out, oh, she had Alzheimer's. Yeah, she had Oldtimers. Yeah, that's what she's saying. When she was in and out, she was with spirit. She wasn't alone. She was never alone. And she always felt your love, but also she was with loved ones. There's somebody else on the other side. Yeah, she didn't know you consciously, but she knew your energy. So that was something. So she's got there was somebody on the other side, and I feel like it was, well, there were several on the other side that were there in the room with her at all times. So she never felt alone. And one of them was a child. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but one was a child, and then she had her mom, and I don't know if your dad was over there, but I'm feeling a male figure with her a lot.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was picking up an indigenous spirit guide for you, Paul. I know we're focusing on your mom, but I have to just mention that there was like a Native American kind of spirit guide stepping forward, and they're saying that they're from the Pennsylvania, like the Western Pennsylvania area. So you can look up what type of tribes or what type of history from tribes that were around there. I also picked up your mom as having salt and pepper hair, and I see her as being flowing, like there's when she walks, she just glides, and I see her flowing and floating. So I'm not sure if she had any trouble walking or any trouble. With getting around. She's just telling me that she's floating and flowing now, and she wants to let you know that she does come in and out and watch over you, but she does not interfere. And she did also confirm that when through the dementia, she was also connecting to the other side and having a different experience in her own mind. And while this was all going on. And she just wants you to know that you're doing fine. She's very impressed with your ability to carry on, move forward, and to make each day the best that you can. And she really is proud of the son that she brought up and that she nurtured. And she's just saying that you make her proud. And it's not because you've accomplished anything or that achieved anything or do anything for others. It's just because you have the sheer will of, oh, she couldn't walk.
Yeah.
It's the sheer will of determination of being optimistic and moving forward each day, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And this is just the courage and the you have like a character inside of you, and I mean like a good judgment inside of you that you carry with you. And she's just really, really very proud of you. And it's not because, like she's saying, there's no conditions on being proud of you. It's just who you are and how you carry yourself. That's all that's required. And she just is sending you her love. And she's saying that she's going to send you these little messages, these little numbers, these little flowers, feathers, these types of things. And just if you're not sure, give her the benefit of the doubt and say, thanks, Mom, I know that was you. And then she'll be able to come in closer and bring in some more.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. And you were saying you felt some indigenous energy and a soul guide, but I really feel like she's showing me that her hair is black again or very dark, Paul, and almost indigenous or perhaps even um, I want to say either Nepali or Polynesian. So there's that Vedic, like years of or maybe lifetimes of Vedic lives. So really beautiful, which is all tied in with Native Americans as well, the ancient knowledge. So wow, Paul, that was beautiful. Um, I I'm gonna okay. So Fogo Pogo, who is Woo Woo Wonderment, Collie, had a rough week last week. Would love anything meant for me. Thanks. I'm, I want to say that this is kind of for all of us because I feel like we all had a rough week the last 2 weeks from what was happening in the stars and from what was happening on the planet. Um, there was a lot of energy to let go of. And we were talking about the somatic work and getting rid of it as well physically, not just mentally and emotionally. And if you do get rid of it emotionally or working on it, going deeper to that 3-year-old self, um, if possible. But I'll go into that. You go ahead, Jean. Sorry.
That's okay. Um, what the good part is that it's past, it's gone, it's in the past. It was last week, and I feel as though we go through these growing pains. I feel as though we have highs, we have lows, we have tough struggles to maintain our frequency that we know that we love, and work optimally out at, and yet these energies and these frequencies are coming in and causing us to feel not quite ourselves and less than what we are. And it's really important to allow for this, not to think that you're the only one, not to think that this is something that's happening to you. It is all a process of, they call it ascension symptoms, really. That's what they call it. And it's really a good term because it's not anything that's lasting. It's not anything that's concerning. It's not anything that is not able to be rectified and feel good again. This summer, astrologically, is called the summer of love. There's so much high vibrational good energies coming through the planetary lineup through the summer. It's really going to bring us back and give us a nice long opportunity to renew and revive and to rejuvenate ourselves and take care of ourselves. But these things, I was telling Terry that you get knocked down. You get knocked down emotionally, you get knocked down physically or energetically. And it's not how many times you get knocked down. It's that muscle that it takes for you to come back into your center and say, everything's going to be fine. I will get over this. That the muscle, it's not, it's the muscle that requires you to come back. That's why they always want us to work on centering ourselves, work on our energies and things, because when we get this strong, when we get this familiar, when we have something that knocks us, we know where to go. Our body, our energy automatically comes right back into that alignment. And that is a muscle that needs to be worked and developed and strengthened, and it gives you certainty and reassurance that you're going to be able to pull yourself back up. No matter what, everything's going to work out for you. And it is tough to go through those struggling times in the energetic field, but just say, how am I working my muscle? Am I pulling myself back up? How is that working? And you'll say, oh, the last time this happened at the eclipse, it took me longer to get over. This time it didn't take me as long to get over. And next time it's not going to take you as long to get over. And it's all a cycle. It's all a process. And what you want to make sure is not to let that fear come in, not to let that, oh no, something's wrong kind of thing come in. And just trust that, like, make it like, when you're on a roller coaster or something, you're going tick, 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 going up to the top, and you're like, whoa, it's going to feel funny when I get to the top or when I start to go down. And then when you go down, it's over with. It's going to be, oh, yep, it bounced right back again. It's one of my favorite topics. So how about you, Terry?
It's so true. It's so true, Fogo. And I feel like so many of us felt it, and parts of it were physical. I had stomach issues release, and then I had stomach issues that felt like I was giving birth, and I kind of did hand it over to the divine feminine, and I was like, okay, Gaia, take this, and it was gone in an hour, but it really, I could feel the contractions, um, and I love that bounce back, being resilient. And resilience is something that we look at the blue zones around the planet. And one thing that they all have in common is that these people that live to 120 or 110 or whatever it is, they're very resilient. When things happen, they look at it with awareness. It's not that they don't feel it, but they look at it and they think, okay, and they go on through it and acknowledge it and witness it, witnessing awareness, and then being able to bounce back. That's a ninja move for sure. So yeah, we're being called to learn these things because it's good for us and because we are ascending. And I also got, Kali, a pyramid energy for you, and that's kind of that light coming in through the pyramid. And someone here was saying, I can't remember who it was, but it was a ninja move again. That light comes through the center of that pyramid, and we stand there, and it's like a shower of energy that's coming into us. So, of course, we're going to take time to acclimate. We're going to take time to recalibrate. And sometimes you get a shower of energy like that. And then the next day you're like, oh, you know, well, you can't get that high every minute. You need to acclimate. Your body needs time to just get into the groove of that energy and that vibration. And after all those endorphins have released, you might feel like, wow, that's a down, but it's not. It's, yeah, so much energy. Exactly. Exactly. And I think Jonathan was talking about having so much clarity. Yeah. I love this, John. Having so much clarity now I haven't felt in decades. Yeah, definitely, Jonathan. And everybody here is talking about white butterflies too. The whole group is mentioning this, something that they're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding your balance after a stumble. Resilience. Okay. Let's go in. I just have to mention this because Cindy, God bless you, she spent the day with fundamentalist Christians. I'm so wiped out from trying to just put a crack in their dogma. Yeah. 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 And, that's their story. And love them where they're at if you can, if not boundaries. But I know when we love them where they're at and then watch them walk away wherever they're going, and let them back in when you want to, if you want to.
My husband said something to me that really opened my awareness, and I know my spirit guides speak to me through him because he's not that philosophical. And I'm like, did he just say that? I was somebody liked something that was very trendy and very commercial, and always bought all these things, always wore all these things, and always had to say have these things saying, and oh, look, I have this, I got this, and look, this even has it on it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand that whatever it is that they keep. Let's say, like gummy bears or something, they have everything gummy bears, and I'm like, I just cannot stand the commercialism of the gummy bears. It's really awful. And I don't believe what they believe, how wonderful it is. I think it's a manipulation by the gummy bears to get them to buy all that stuff. Like, I was totally against it, and really gave me a wrong feeling, similar to the fundamentalists. And my husband says, their gummy bears are your stones, Jean, your rocks, your stones, these things that you love.
Um,
That's what that is to them. And I thought, because they would never imagine having rocks and stones in their house. And the way that I love these is the way that they love their gummy bears. And that just brought down my level of judgment, first of all, my criticism, and opened up my understanding to allow them to have that irrational love for gummy bears all over their house, that I just can't, it's I can't even go in there. But it's your stones, Jean. It was brilliant. It
I
was
love that.
changed me forever. A
Yeah.
beautiful lesson.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, it's empaths. I think when somebody hurts our feelings or does something that we think might hurt somebody else, it hurts us kind of to the core, like, but when we find out that that's their story, that's their life, and they're living a completely different frequency than we are, and it's not judged, it's still cherished on the other side, wherever they're at, you know, and maybe not all they're doing, um, but they are taken care of. So, okay, I love this, Perrette. Okay, I've always wanted to know why I don't get the shivers like most people for okay on an answer. Is there a reason for that?
I think because you already know and that you may not need that confirmation, um, you may receive your confirmation in a different way. Um, it's only when it's you may not be clairsentient as much as you're clairvoyant or cognizant. You may be more clairaudient. Like you may get pitches or tones or songs or faster than some people. But the chills or the bumps or the truth bumps are a clairsentient type feeling. But I think our teaching our spirit guides how to reassure us. Um, it just occurs. I don't know. It's important not to compare, but I think that you have had goosebumps or chill bumps. I think every human has, but it's just not that confirmation every time you get something. You don't, and it's not every time for me. It's only when it's a really strong message, or I'm trying to find the words, or I'm trying to find how their mother wore lipstick, or if their mother had a ponytail, and I'm like, oh, she was this, and then I get the chills. It's like because they want to let you know that you landed on it. I think, I don't know. It is not only in mediumship; it's in everything that I do. How about you, Terry?
Yeah, I I feel the same. It's like, and sometimes it depends on who you're around. Like when I'm with Jean, I get a lot of shivers. My in my crown chakra and right behind it in the postcordial um, brain, and it comes in really strong, and it comes in differently for mediumship than it comes in for intuition and from spirit guides. And galactics come in a different way too. But what they're showing me, Perrette, is that you have waves coming in. You have a frequency coming in, and they're getting it all coming in through a little hole. So that could be your ear if you're hearing things. Um, that could be that. It could also be the frequency of water somehow.
Mm,
So, and that's kind of like, that has consciousness, but it also has a flow. So you're getting a flow, a general flow, but it does narrow down and taper down into something for you. So just watching it, and yeah, I do feel like I don't know if you're hearing things yet, but you might hear something in your
oh,
ear.
she's tuned in. She's there. She's with us.
Yeah.
She's up there. Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Perrette, you're heart centered. You're going to feel it in your heart. That's where they were showing it. They're seeing it because they're showing it all coming in. Connect with your heart, how you abide in it, and connect with your high heart. Like I've been wearing this necklace a lot lately. And all of a sudden I realized, well, yeah, because that's my high heart chakra. That's why I'm wearing it all the time.
yeah.
So connect with your heart. That's where you're getting it, girl.
And you can feel when your heart chakra opens and that expansion of your heart chakra. And I've felt that not as often, but I felt that from time to time. And I think, what is Fogo Pogo's name? I hate to keep calling her Fogo Pogo.
Callie.
Callie
Uh-huh.
said that if it's a strong emotional tie, it happens like that as well. And that's for empaths as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I resonated with that. Or that comment as well.
Yeah.
But you've got it going on there, Pierrette. Please, you do it
Yeah.
your own way, and everything will develop, and you'll go through the gamut. And it comes with practice, experience, and you do you, Pierrette. And don't ever think that because you may not be feeling the chills like everybody else, or in the frequency or the recurring frequency. That it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't, because that's good, Terry, that you feel it in your heart. Mhm.
Yeah. They're also acknowledging your solar plexus right now, pirouette. So feel abiding in your solar plexus and your hearts, your hearts, your high heart and your regular heart. So, okay. Thanks, Perrette. Let's see. We've got a lot of stars, so I'm just kind of picking what jumps out. I love what Lark said. I don't know if I've shown that yet. We need to accept that we are all the catalysts for each other. We exponentially help each other's energy. Know this, believe this. We are all that massive. Love that, Lark.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Beautiful, Lark. Beautiful.
Yeah, really, really beautiful.
Very well said.
Uh-huh. Lori, let's look at that. Hello, and thank you. Will I move to the Pepper Hall address or stay where I am? So Lori, do you want to move? I think Lori's still here. Lori, if you're here, just say hi. And we'll pull you on there. Or we can come back to you too. Yeah, there she is. Okay, yes and no. Okay, so we're looking for the most beneficial outcome for Lori. And I'm going to pull my pendulum up. So would the Pepper Hall, I think it was called, be good for Lori? Yeah, that would be good. Will the current address be good for Lori? Oh, you have a bad landlord. Okay. Because yeah. It seems like your current address might be, yeah, put my hard hat on, right? Yeah, it's kind of going crazy. It seems like your current address, this is a no. But, oh, you've been there 14 years and just in time, your rent doubled. Yeah. You're going to have another choice too, Lori. I don't know if there's another place that you're getting ready to look at, but I feel like you've got, yeah, look at one more. Look at one more. Yeah, if you've got a bad landlord, then you want to change that. So they're really acknowledging that.
So when is the move going to happen? Is it going to happen in 2024?
That's a good question.
And is there a different location other than the Pepper Hill or Pepper Mill or something? Is there another location that's better for Lori at this time? Is the Pepper address the best and the highest good for Lori at this time? I did get a yes from the beginning, from the Pepper from the beginning. And I didn't consider the second one, but it's saying that the Pepper place is better for you at this time. But this is spirit nudging us. I think that you were supposed to move, and you may have had intuitions and guidance that you were supposed to move. And you're like, I've been here 14 years. I'm not packing up all my stuff and moving. So you just stayed put. And now they're saying, okay, you didn't listen to us the first time. It's this instinct. It's this intuition. It's this desire. But then sometimes we override it with it's our free will. But so now you feel as though you are being forced, but you're really not. It's important for your energy to move to a new energetic location. And you can think of it as this and not think of it in any other egoic, physical 3D reasons other than that.
Yeah, she said not yet, considering moving far north, but would have to change jobs. Okay. So, yeah. She said mostly a health issue. She's been unwell. Yeah, sometimes that's spirit telling us time for a change. And I think a lot of people here have been thinking about moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I talk about them a lot, but Deepak once said, when the earth starts to make big changes, you're going to see a lot of people moving to different spaces. and just kind of watch it, where it happens. So anyway, interesting. Okay.
Yep, we're being led.
Yeah, totally. Love this. Mona M. Hello, Jean. Can you please ask my guides what is my soul purpose? And can you tell me who are my guides? Let's see. Yeah, the prices are so scary, right? They really are, Lori. Yeah, it's the rent and the mortgages have just gone crazy, and the grocery store.
So is Mona still here?
Yeah, Mona, are you still here, dear? Um, hmm. Well, wait a minute. And Mona, we can come back to you too. Hmm. Yeah, love that,
Yep,
Jonathan. When
maybe when
Gaia's
she
energy
comes.
shifts, our energy shifts to match the new frequency.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll go to. Oh, there she is, Mona. Good timing. Whoops. Hello, Jean. Can you please ask? Okay. Oh no, that's the starred ones. But there she is. Perfect timing. Okay.
So you're a connector. Your energy is keeping things together, almost like a diplomatic kind of a, keeping peace in the family, keeping peace at work, keeping peace between friends. You're the connector, and you deal because you have this tolerance and this understanding and this. You see the value in having relationships, no matter how difficult they are, and keeping people connected with each other. I feel as though you're very much a negotiator, very much a diplomatic. And you know what I mean by that is you give each side the equal understanding and meet in the middle. You could also be a mediator, mediator, I think is what it's called, and or a negotiator. There is this compassion and this desire for you. You see people's hearts, you see people's souls, you see people for the best energy that they are, not for when they're on their worst day. You don't judge people for when they're on their worst day, because you have been there. You have, and this is something that you learned. I don't know if you had to do this in childhood when you were younger, and maybe if you grew up with divorced parents or siblings that would fight, there was something going on that you really needed to keep the peace and keep people, level-headed, so to speak. And it could also be just your nature of you could be an earth and an air sign or something, and not a fire sign, or it could be just in your genetic makeup, it could be in your astrological makeup, but you could be like a Taurus or a Virgo, or somebody who is nurturing and strong and connects people. So that's what I feel as far as your spirit guides. Um, that's a whole nother question. So let's let Terry answer this one first.
Yeah. So it's funny. I draw a lot, Mona, and for you, they had me drawing a house. So I love what Jean was saying about you being, and Hypnicity repeated it too. You being the peacekeeper, like you are the home. So I feel like you probably take in people around you, Jenny, Mona. You take in people around you that you're home base. Like you're the strength, the peacekeeper. You're the one that holds everything, holds the light for people. And they're showing me, so they showed me a house, and you are the house. Like your face is on the front of the house. You're a home base, but also that you look good doing it. Like, the trees on either side of the house are like perfect. Everything looks good. And not only do you have the gift of holding space for people, but the heart treats forward, thank you. And not only do you, but it's lovely. Like it's a place where people can go and they can feel cherished. So, Mona, I feel like, and I know that the guides around you are kind of like just circling all the time. So you're very connected, and they're all like you attract people, you attract spirit because you have a beautiful heart. So thank you. Yeah, not just a facade.
As far as her spirit guides, what I was getting is that she is part of a team. I'm not sure if you're part of an angelic team or a crusading team. You're part of a team of light workers on the other side, not light workers, but light beings on the other side. And there's a collective. And, I don't know the name of it, and it's not gender related, but there is a collective that's called the White Brotherhood of Light, and this is fallen firefighters, fallen policemen, fallen, people who help other people in this world, and they on the other side they have this job of watching over people and helping people. And I feel as though it's not this, but it's something with honor, and you have achieved things in your past lives doing exactly what you do here, and now you're part of this collective, and you're here on in this incarnation expressing what the collective is all about. So this is part of your spirit team as well as the angelics, and I see feminine ancestry. You have a long feminine ancestry that is supporting you as well. Really, you're a powerhouse, Mona, and it's amazing. And she was saying back up there, yes, 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 I am. That's me, or something like that. Yes, I
Oh,
am,
okay.
she said. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see that, Mona. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we think, what am I supposed to be doing? And sometimes the most important thing to do is to shine your light in your neighborhood.
I was just going to correct myself. They just said Brotherhood of White Light. It's the Brotherhood of White, and you said to shine your light.
Yeah.
See, they're talking to me and you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking through us. So
Mhm.
it's so important, just to shine your light. And everybody's talking about Saint Germain
I
energy.
think that's the Brotherhood of White Light or something.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know I get all those words mixed up, but they know who I'm talking about, and it
Yeah.
is Saint Germain's. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Lady Nada. So
Mm.
beautiful energy. And that's kind of that in between, Mona. So it should be really easy for you to uh, what's it called? Manifesting. Manifesting should be really good. Hey, warrior girl, how are you? Lots of people coming in here. Jenny Berlin, and Jen Bowles. Good to see everybody. Let's see. Do you have time for one more?
Of course, yes. I have plenty of
Okay.
time, so I'm on your schedule.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, if you want me to put it, I'll put it in the private chat.
what's that? Okay.
And
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So we've got Brenda. Um, I would love advice from my guides about the healing work that I'm doing. And Brenda is a shaman.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I know that you know this, Brenda, but they want you to reaffirm this before, during, and after some of the work that you do, that it's not you, that it's not you're the conduit, you're the vessel, you're the you know you relay the energy and frequency, and it's through your intention that comes from the healers, in the spirit realm, in the higher realms, and Gaia, and it's you agree to be, what's it, not in place of, but be the facilitator. You're the facilitator. And and just to, I know that you know this, I know that you've taught this, but it's really good just to remove that egoic and open up and allow and trust that whatever comes through. And I know you do this when you get in the pocket, but they're just telling me to reiterate this. I'm the conduit. I'm the facilitator. What I'm doing the work of the spirit as I'm led. So sometimes if you have, something that changes your normal routine or your normal technique, to have trust in the spirit and follow that. Like usually you do A, B, and C, but now they're telling you to start with something different, and just follow that, to trust that, if that's been happening to you. Mhm.
Yeah, I love what Teresa Ford said. She said, "The hose, not the water." Teresa, I hope I can remember that because that's amazing. Um, um, so they're
And
showing me a tent, Brenda, like, which I always consider with the shamanic work. That, but they're also showing me many fires burning. Like you have a fire in the front, you have a fire on both sides, you have a fire behind you that's balanced, and also you have a fire coming out of the top, which is controlled. It's not something, but you've got a lot going on right now. So, which isn't a bad thing, but they really want you to center. There might be, like Jim was saying, there might be just too much going on out here, and you need to centralize it and kind of look at where it's going. They're also acknowledging the elements with you, and somebody, Sonia's saying, must be the shifts. Yeah, and things probably are shifting because there's something to do with the smoke. And, we can create a lot of things with smoke, and clouds, and working with that. We can cleanse things, and clear them. Um, Also, we can create energy there. But something about water, working with the water. So there's going to come in some new things that you'll be working with, and not just those fires. You're being asked to kind of centralize. So I don't know if that makes any sense or not, dear. And the tent. Let me pull a card because I just feel like that's kind of out there and not as clear as I want it to be. Your soul song. So something's coming in for clarity, and that soul song is going to be from the crown chakra. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Because I kept pulling it in and I couldn't figure it out, but you can see all those fires. Okay. I do that, girl. I so do that. I get myself really busy, and then I think, "Oh, wait a minute. You wanted to write these things. You wanted to journal and do this course or write a course." And perhaps that's what you need to be doing, is writing that course right now. All right, everybody. They speak to you with songs, so writing a song. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And Jean, thank you so much. And I hope everybody got something out of what everybody in the chat was saying, because the chat was alive, and what Jean and I had to say, because I feel like I sure got a lot.
Yeah, I love the questions. I love the flow. I love the frequency. I love the teachability of each of the questions. And I think this is coming out more and more that it's not just rapid answer. It's the lesson behind it. It's the feeling behind it. It's the teaching behind it. I think that's really beautiful. I loved
Yeah,
it. Loved it.
yeah.
Really
I did
nice.
too. I did too. All right, everybody. Well, have a great afternoon. What are you doing next, Jean?
I have Mark the Spirit Whisperer is going to be with me on Saturday morning, and I'm going to be with Daphne Gilman, the
Oh,
Reiki master, and she's going to be with me on Saturday afternoon. And in between, I have some private readings that I want to just thank each and every one of you. Only about 30% of my private readings actually come from YouTube. The rest of them, I don't know. It's like once a couple of people, and then all the people that I do in the psychic fairs start calling me too. And it's really beautiful. So I'm doing a lot more private readings, and I'm really
oh,
learning a lot, and the experience is just really an amazing experience for sure. Mhm.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, anybody that hasn't had a reading from Jean, please contact her. She's amazing. She's read for me, and I loved it. And I also do private readings, so I can be reached at the information on my channel.
Oh,
So I am meeting with today at 5 o'clock. We're going to have not hypnicity, excuse me, hypnicity. That's got to come up though. Uh, Kali Healer is going to be on, or not
oh,
Kali
nice.
Healer. God, oh, my brain, you guys. Kali Woo Woo Wonderment is going to be on Fogo Pogo.
Oh,
And Care
oh,
Bear, Karen, is going to be on the channel. So that'll be great. And then tonight at 8 o'clock, I'm doing the dream show with Allie and
wow.
Diana and Callie Healer. So, and the bookers. So,
Wonderful. That's so exciting.
yeah. And I'm already a case. So, all right, everybody. Much love. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.